Maine Central did overthrow the state, the majority of Maine remained unserved by railroads, and the state's economy remained underdeveloped. The hills and challenging landscape made it too costly for the railroads to build where they needed to go. A railroad promoter at the time named George Mansfield sensed an opportunity. Mansfield had been to the country of Wales, where the landscape closely resembled the land and rocky conditions in northern New England. One railroad there had found that by placing the rails very close together in an unusually small, narrow gauge, they could quite profitably operate a railroad in a challenging landscape. Mansfield felt the same concept could be brought back to New England. Mansfield went to Massachusetts and started America's first 2-foot gauge railroad, called the Billerica and Bedford Railroad. Unfortunately, it was not successful. The railroad had proven too cost-effective for its own good. The line was built cheaply, leading to many accidents, and the railroad missed many opportunities to create a profit. That line opened.
Oh yeah, we walked over here. That's right. Yeah, we walked this whole way.
Despite this, Mansfield was convinced the concept of the 2-foot narrow gauge railroad was successful. Even if his first railroad company was not, Mansfield decided to apply the concept for a second time, this time in Maine. He developed the Sandy River Railroad, which ran in Franklin County. The idea was for the 2-foot Sandy River Railroad to connect with the standard gauge Maine Central Railroad in Farmington and be able to go further into the woods and hills as Maine Central wanted to build. The Sandy River opened in 1879 and was highly successful, carrying passengers, lumber, mail, freight, and supplies. In its peak, the railroad operated over 112 miles of narrow gauge track. It was the largest and most successful of America's 2-foot railroads. Other 2-foot railroads were built in Maine in the late 1800s, inspired by the Sandy River success. These included the Wisconsin, Waterville, and Farmington Railroad, the Bridgeton and Saco River Railroad, and the Kennebec Central and the Nelson Railroad. Although 2-foot narrow gauge railroads did operate in some other parts of the country, no other state had nearly as many 2-foot track miles and operational complexity compared to Maine. Maine was especially unique in the United States in this regard. By the late 1920s, railroad fortunes all over the country began to decline. Advancements in automobile technology began to make railroads obsolete. One by one, most railroads went out of business. As improved roads, cars, and trucks began to creep into rural Maine, the narrow gauge railroads began to lose out on competition. The cost of running a railroad was too much to bear, even as the 2-foot railroads tried scaling back or experimenting with newer, cheaper types of trains to run. As they went out of business, the Maine freight figures scrambled almost all of their tracks and equipment that they had, selling off some locomotives and cars to other railroads or private individuals. At this time, a cranberry farmer in South Carver, Massachusetts, was looking to construct a small railroad to serve his property. He felt that the narrow gauge locomotives and freight cars from the forest and hills of Maine would be perfect for his little farm railroad. This farmer's name was Ellis D. Atwood, and he played a crucial role in saving Maine's 2-foot railroad history from extinction. Atwood purchased all the remaining 2-foot
When we're old and retired.
and immediately put it to use on his farm railroad.
You do around the world, yeah.
Named after his own initials, EDA. Sometimes he would attach a passenger car or two to the work train and offer rides for his neighbors. Interest in riding the unique small train quickly spread, and Atwood capitalized by turning his personal farm railroad into a tourist-centered operation. Atwood converted most of the 2-foot freight cars he had acquired into passenger cars and set about running trains on a 5-mile scenic loop around his property. And for the next 50 years, Maine's surviving 2-foot trains enjoyed a second life at the Edaville Railroad, carrying generations of visitors on a scenic, old-fashioned train ride. Unfortunately, rising property taxes in South Carver forced this version of the Edaville Railroad out of business in early 1992. Atwood had long since passed, and his successor, George Bartholomew, had to place the railroad collection up for sale. Despite the sadness of the business closing, Bartholomew felt it was important that the collection remain together wherever it ended up. A group of concerned citizens in Maine got together and formed a brand new narrow-gauge railroad company and museum for the purpose of buying the collection from Edaville and bringing it back to Maine. This was the start of the Maine Narrow-Gauge Railroad Company, with a mission to operate and preserve narrow-gauge trains for the enjoyment and education of the public. Maine Narrow-Gauge acquired the Grand Trunk Railway right-of-way in Portland, which had been abandoned since the Back Cove Bridge was destroyed in 1984. They then put rails back in, but this time spaced the rails 2 feet apart in order to run the narrow-gauge trains. Since 1993, Maine Narrow Gauge has continued running steam and diesel 2-foot narrow gauge trains, keeping this very unique piece of history alive for future generations to enjoy. Whether you enjoy Maine history, or trains, or a scenic ride along Portland's waterfront, we are proud to offer a unique piece of living history. Please feel free to visit our website, mainnarrowgauge.org, to find our schedule of daily train rides, pumpkin trains, and the magical Polar Express train ride. You can also find information about our collection of locomotives and cars, and learn more about Maine's history of narrow gauge railroading. If you enjoyed your train ride, consider making a donation. You can do so in our gift shop, or you can donate online at mainnarrowgauge.org. Maine Narrow Gauge is a non-profit organization that exists to showcase our special piece of history. Your support makes all of our operations possible. Our journey today is nearing its end, so please remain seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop. When the conductor announces that it is safe to do so, please exit the train carefully onto the street side of the train. And on behalf of all of us, thank you for riding with Maine Narrow Gauge today. We are so grateful for your support.
Yeah, it was great. Watch it, it goes up at the end from over there. Cool.